Okay, welcome to Nigeria's most widely watched sports show. My name is Abafela Bankolemo, and today we'll start with basketball. And the NBA is the place to be. The Eastern Conference Final kicked off with Chicago Bulls drawing fresh blood. 103-82 was a big surprise to many people, but I think if anybody is underestimating this Chicago Bulls team, they need to start taking them very, very serious now. Derrick Rose, the MVP at for the main season, was a star player, but beyond him, it was the defensive network that Chicago Bulls put in place to make life very, very difficult for the Miami Heat. Miami Heat had Chris Bosh, of course, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade, three superstars. But on the day, Chicago Bulls were definitely the better side. Game 2 is today, and I'm sure Miami Heat will try and make life difficult for Chicago Bulls. I'm keeping my eye on that. If you ask me personally, I hope Chicago Bulls can do the job. I've been a Chicago Bulls fan since the days of Michael Jordan. It's good to see them playing some good basketball right now. Away from that, now let's go to tennis. Kim Clijsters has said she will be at the French Open. That's one Grand Slam she hasn't won. She's the current defending champion for the US Open and Australian Open. World number 2. She's had injury concerns. She said she will play with her ankle strapped, and that the other injuries she can play with them. So we're going to see her there. She wants to win this Grand Slam. We wish her the very best. But you know, Caroline Wozniacki is still world number 1. And Sharapova, she had a very good victory last week, will also be a player to watch out for. On the female settings, the rankings are on the screen for you to see. We see have Caroline Wozniacki of Denmark as world number 1, Kim Clijsters of Belgium, world number 2, Vera Zvonareva of Russia is number 3, and it's good to see that all these guys are playing some nice tennis. But one knock a lot of people keep saying that these athletes are not winning Grand Slams. And also, now from the men's side, Novak Djokovic is the man everybody's talking about, and rightly so. You have to ask yourself, is Rafael Nadal still the king of clay? Is a question mark. We're going to answer that at the French Open. 2 straight victories over Nadal by Djokovic at 2 finals, and you must say that it's a player that is on fire. He's gone 37, he's unbeaten. It's unbelievable. He's currently the Australian Open defending champions. Many people think he can win the French Open, and he has guaranteed that he will be playing at the last ATP Masters in London at the end of season. The last player to do that so early in the tournament, of course, was Rafael Nadal in 2009. We're going to keep you updated on that. It's looking very, very interesting. Nadal, if he doesn't win at the French Open and Novak Djokovic gets to the final, Djokovic will be the new world number 1. The table for the ranking right now is on the screen. I hope you can see it. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, AM Extra Sports continues.
Whoever you are and whatever you do, bring out the best in you with Amstel Malta. Amstel Malta. Be the best you can be.
Let's talk the finals of the Europa League between 2 Portuguese sides that have really played some very, very good football. Remember, both of them started off in the Champions League and they ended up in the Europa League, and they're both in the finals. It's Porto versus Braga, and you must say it will be a cracking game. Porto have been totally unplayable in Portugal this season. They finished the league season unbeaten, and their coach is being touted as the next special one. But we'll wait to see if that will be true. But I must say that for Portuguese football, it's good to see that 2 teams in the finals of the Europa League, and you and I know this one competition that's very, very difficult to win. The big sides that normally drop down into this competition find it difficult to win. So it's in Dublin, it's today, and may the best side win. In the French league, Lille look like they're going to do a double. Believe it or not, I mean, the good thing about the French is that year in, year out, you see some small clubs come from nowhere, and sometimes they end up winning the title. It looks like Lille will be champions. They've won the French Cup by beating PSG over the weekend, and they look like they might do the same thing with the league. If they beat Sochaux today, they'll be 6 points clear of Marseille, and it looks very, very likely that the French champions will be Lille, and that'll be a good one. Remember, Osasuna Denwigwe played for them at a point in time. They even got to the Champions League in that period, so it's good to see them doing very, very well again. And away from that, straight to football, still football. Sepp Blatter looks like a coronation waiting for him on June 1. All the major associations all around the world are backing Sepp Blatter for another term. And if you ask me, I think Sepp Blatter has played his card very, very well. In my candid opinion, I think he's the right person to continue managing world football. The main English big nations, especially the English FA, might think otherwise. But you know, when you have an organization that has 53, over 230 members, if I'm not wrong, 208 members, what you think doesn't really matter if you can't carry the critical mass along with you. So far, we hear that the Oceania region, the European region, and South American confederations have backed Sepp Blatter. Also, CAF, speaking for the 53 nations, have also backed Sepp Blatter. So if you ask us on AM Express Sports, June 1st, when the election will be held, will just be a coronation of Sepp Blatter continuing as a FIFA president. Now, before we go, our mail of the week. Remember, we asked you, what is your impression? Do you think that the fracas that happened between Barcelona and Real Madrid when they played themselves in the so-called four Clásicos, is it going to affect the Spanish national team when they play again? Remember, Barcelona has like 7 players in the national team. Real Madrid, like 3 of the players also play in that team. So we're asking you, do you think that will affect the national team when they meet? Well, you went to our Facebook, you gave your comments, and the winner is Uyi Soha Obaoso. And he said, and I quote, in football, rivalry occurs between teams, and the Barcelona-Real Madrid rivalry is a very, very big one. But when it comes to the national team, they will put aside their individual differences and play for the success of the Spanish national team. Trust me, their field will not transfer to the national team, because when they're in their club, they play for the success of their club. But when they're a national team, they play for the success of the national team. The country is bigger than the club. That's what you had to say in our mail of the week. He wins 1,000 naira from AM Express Sports. We say congratulations to you. Before we go, let's give you our next topic. And is this our topic? Do you think that Uche Ucheya should be sacked because she failed to take Nigeria to the All-Africa Games? That's the question. Uche Ucheya, should she be sacked for not taking Nigeria to the All-African Games? Remember, we lost to Ghana. It was very, very disappointing. Should she remain in her job or should she be fired? That's the show we have for you today. We will see you on Friday. Keep watching AM Express. Stay blessed and bye-bye.